First of all, thank you very much for coming to this beautiful synagogue. On behalf of this Kal Kadosh, I will say like this: every time I'm coming, I see something new is moving in the building. I see a new door, new windows. I recognize. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. V'du Hashem ketov kilo l'olam chadom. Almighty God will help each one of you, especially we start with the rabbis, Asher Vaknin, b'Torah tchila. When you give in beracha or you give kavod, you always give in to the rabbi first. Rabbi Daniel is Zvononov, they're doing amazing and incredible jobs. I would say from all the rabbis that I know, one of the greatest compliments that I can give Rabbi Daniel, that he's very dedicated and very commitment to his own job. Very rare to see in our generation people that like to work. Belong to our generation, not to the young generation. I told him today, young generation do not like to work. They like to get everything easy going. You know, the father was working, he made the money, America. The only debate is to buy Richard or to buy Patefili. That's it. This is the only debate. There's no other debate. Which car we're going to drive? Expensive car, this one or this one? But to sweat, chas v'shalom, what you do? And the secret of life, yagata umatzata ta'amin. There's no shortcut. Easy come, easy go. What our generation, the new generation is missing, the yagata umatzata. And Rav Daniel is one of the greatest yagata. His dedication and his hard work. Our דברי תורה is going to be לרפואה שלמה של התינוקת הלני בת אורנה? הלני אורנה? בת חן חנה. אין נא רפנה לה, אין נא רפנה לה, אין נא רפנה לה, בתור שעה חולים וחולות עמו ישראל ונאמר אמן. I prepared one class, I'm going to see where he's going to lead us, because I see his moments. So, I have to. You challenge me, Baruch Hashem. It's a good challenge. Baruch אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדורו. Amen. The first things I will tell you, so first of all, on behalf of Rabbi Daniel Zvononov, יאריך ימים ממלכתו, בתוך שפע, בתוך בריאות, בתוך הצלחה, משנה מקום, משנה מזל וטובה לברכה. To Asaf, for your good heart, for your kind heart, for the unlimited jobs that you're doing, to glorify the house of God. Borei Olam is going to pay you and anyone that join in this journey, all of you, anyone that join in this journey of building,
especially the guy that put up the door.
Baruch Hashem. I will tell you, I didn't know. Dr. Daniel, I didn't understand who is it. Bnei Shemot, I didn't understand who is it, but okay, I guess he's the one. Anav, okay, Baruch Hashem. I will tell you what is your blessing. And now you can understand how lucky you are. And if I said before you bought the door, none of these people will ever give you to buy the doors. I have family members, one of my students, a woman, I have two students that every time I move a house, and I already moved twice, they buy the doors. And I'm not talking about cheap doors. The most expensive doors that exist. Anyone that came to my house realize the door is the most expensive part of the house. I don't know if the kitchen costs like the door. No, they buy them. And I always bother, I always ask him. I mean, Home Depot, they have 200, 300 doors. $1,200. Why do you buy so expensive? Why did I need these doors? He said, Rabbi, I'm not buying it for you, I'm buying it for myself. How do you buy it for myself? It's very simple. If I'm buying the door for the rabbis, all the Divrei Torah, all the Shiurim, all the Shlom Bayit, Borei Olam will open all the doors that I need. Door correspond to doors. You bought a door to the house of God, all the doors in your life is going to be open. Any business, any life, children, Shalom Bayit, any door in life you want is going to be open. I said, if I said before,
you said before.
I know, you would never get the door. I know. Thank God you already. Gentlemen, you already bought the door, please. That's it.
His last name is Vaknin.
My name is Rabbi Vaknin and I approve this message. No, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. At least we have something to come in, Baruch Hashem. Shikpar Alecha. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start with the Chidush. Dr. Daniel always liked something deep. And if Michael came all the way from Long Island, the good life of Long Island, you know, when Michael got a house, you get the house with Okie-Tokie. Because Long Island is the land. His wife is asking him, where are you? Go to the 5th floor, make right. He's driving in the house with a golf cart. America, Michael. If you came here, I will tell you Chidush. Dr. Daniel, no. You're living in the middle of the Chidush. We had 2 events, major events, the last week. What's the name of this event?
Eclipse.
One of them is the solar eclipse. The other one is? Oakwood.
What?
Reidat Adama. Okay. And the other one is solar eclipse. Okay. One of them is Friday. The other one is Monday. And what's the message to our life? So listen to this. And I know you're not going to forget this message. And it applies to our day so much. Unreal. The way that Borei Olam is talking to us. Anything that happened in this world happened for a reason for us to study and to take message to our life. Dr. Daniel, listen and listen well. When exactly the earthquake happened? Which days?
Friday.
No, Friday, but what's the level? 4.8, right? Exactly 4.8. And which day happened the solar eclipse? Monday was in the day in the calendar and the go. And the 4/8. 4 is the month, 8 is the day, right? What's the 4? April, beautiful. April 8, beautiful, right? 4/8. So again, the number 4/8. Open the Chumash, Sefer Shmot. Sefer Shmot, Dalet 8. Listen to what the pasuk said. And read. You're not gonna believe it. The pasuk said, והיה אם לא יאמינו לך ולא ישמעו לכל האות הראשון והאמינו לכל האות האחרון. Borei Olam gave Moshe Rabbeinu 2 signs. And he said, go to the Jewish nation and show the Egyptian the 2 signs. What was this? The 2 signs. What was the 2 signs? The hand, and the second one is? The sticks. Beautiful. He showed them 2 signs. And he said, if the first one they didn't believe, I will give you the second one. This is 4/8. Exactly in the Pasuk Dalet, how do you say, Perik Dalet, Pasuk 8. Pasuk Het. Exactly, unreal. What's the message for us? Very simple. Why do we have Reidat Adama? Why do we have the covering of the sun, solar eclipse? Why do we have it? So listen to what the Gemara said. The Gemara said, Brachot, 59. 59 is Nuntet. Masechet Brachot, 59. When Borei Olam see the nation, his own nation, the Jewish nation suffer, what exactly happened? He brings down 2 tears. And the 2 tears falling down to the grounds. And this is the reason we have Oakwood. To remind the whole world, Borei Olam feel the pain of the Jews. This is the 4th sign. What's the 2nd sign? So come the Gemara and said, Masechet Sukkah Chavtet. Do you know what's the sign of the solar eclipse? What's the sign of the solar eclipse? Siman Ra Lagoim. Is a bad sign for the enemies of the Jews. Why is it a bad sign? Because the Goyim follow the sun. We follow the moons. Once in the blue moon, the moon covered the sun. When they covered the sun, meaning the moon overcome the sun. The Jews will win in any battles. Unreal. If the Goyim were not going to believe to the 4th sign, they're going to believe to the 2nd one. The Rabbi Asher Vaknin explained in a literally simple explanation that the Oakwood come to remind all of us, I'm the one that running the show. Many of us believe deep down, yes, Borei Olam is running, but still, I make the decision. I am a great salesman. I am an incredible businessman. Let's be honest, בחדר החדרים, in a closed door, we're not always giving the whole credit to God. בורא עולם. I am the one. ב10 אצבעות עשיתי את הביזנס, וקנין ב10 אצבעות, כפרה, אין. יישא השם, מה שהשגתי, אני ולא מלאך, אני. I am the best dentist in the whole five power, Dr. Daniel, אין, the best. I approve this message as well. But Dr. Daniel is not you, and Dr. Daniel know it. Because logic-wise, he's no way he's going to be successful, I'm sorry to tell you. Dr. Daniel is in the pit of the pit. If you're going to go into the dentist, I don't know how people is going to find in this place. And Borei Olam prove him, ממעמקים קראתיך השם. Even if you're going to be in the pit, you don't have to be location. Front runner like Michael, American, 47 and in the street, running the wall. No, you can be in the pit. And the place is packed. Parnasah will flow all the way to you. Because I'm the one that running the show. It's not because you're a good dentist or not a good dentist. There are many, many dentists in our community. Baruch Hashem, B'li Ayin Hara. Mike, they call me the rabbi of the doctors. Because most of them is dentists. Some of them is the brain surgeon, heart surgeon. Pharmacists I have. You know, when I got COVID-19, I still have medicine. The hospital called me to deliver the message. You know, I have unlimited hospital. All the pharmacies send me whatever you want. Anything on the shelf. But it's not this. I'm the one. Remind us that the only safe place in this world, the ground. When you buy a house, you don't buy a land. You don't buy the house, you buy the land. The land is the most important. Who cares about the building? Most of us buying a house, we destroy the building anyway. We build a new one. So you don't pay money really for the building. What you pay money for? The land. And even the land can be shaky. Even the most study place in the world. אני ולא מלאך, אני ולא שרף, אני הוא ולא אחר. בורא עולם said to each one of us, release the free control that you have. Don't get upset with your worker. Don't get upset with your wife. Don't get upset with your husband. Don't get upset with your children. Enjoy the ride because nothing just happened. And this is also the message of the solar eclipse. The Chafetz Chaim in 1948, when he was in his time, solar eclipse said, is a mitzvah to go to see it. He asked the whole Radin, all of us have to go and to see the solar eclipse. Today we have these glasses. I went out to see it. After I saw it, the Chafetz Chaim, I went out especially to see the solar eclipse. What was so important? Mitzvah. Anyone can show me in the Chumash or in the Shulchan Aruch mitzvah to go to see solar eclipse? Do you know any mitzvah? The Chafetz Chaim said, Rabotai is a mitzvah. It's an obligation to all of you to go to see it. Where is the obligation? What's the number of this mitzvah? It's no mitzvah. Not the Oraita, not the Rabbanan, not Minah. So why the Chafetz Chaim said mitzvah? Am I going to explain? Beautiful explanation. Listen to this. You know what's the mitzvah? The mitzvah is to remember that when people bend over to the sun, do you know why to pray nets is so important? Why pray nets? There are many synagogues that they pray nets. When I have a person that he needs a miracle in his life, and he called me, he said, Rabbi Vaknin, I need a miracle. What am I supposed to do? I have a business contract, a huge deal. A deal that can change my life. I have a special date. I have a courthouse. And they sue me. You know what my tip to all of them? And I did it many times, and each one of them saw miracles. And that day, he wake up and pray in the nets. Because the Gemara said, anyone that pray nets will never hear bad news in that day. לא ישמע בשורה רעה באותו יום. You're going in and you're making blood checks, diabetes checks, who knows which checks. And you want to come and we're always nervous, all of us are nervous. What's going to be in the check-in, especially when you hit the age 45 or 50. When you're making this camera in your body, for 3 days you don't sleep. Nothing happened, you know, you're healthy, but still, we're all nervous. Imagination, what's going to happen. And that morning, go to play nets. You will never. Why nets? Why nets is so important? Michael, why nets? Why is such a big deal? And the simple answer is, every morning, doing the nets, 1 or 2 minutes later, Borei Olam become angry. Why become angry? Because they have millions, 8.8 billions, except the Arabs, so maybe 4.4 billions, that worship the sun. And even Goyim not allowed to have idol worship. One of the 7 mitzvot, one of the 7 commandments of Goyim is not to be idol worship. And Borei Olam said, understand, the Jews is so small, and they worship me. And all this Christianity, all this Goyim, they worship the sun, they worship our idols. He's in a challenging mood. But when you pray in the nets is exactly a few seconds before the sun rises. You know what exactly happened? You say, Borei Olam, אין לנו מלך אלא אתה. You are God, before they said they're God, I already announced. I already accept upon myself that you're God. Borei Olam said, a few times of a year, even though that in my synagogues, we don't have a nets. But few times in a year, we have nets. And I'm praying nets. Purim, because in Purim we have rules. כל הפושט יד נותנים לו ואין מערים אחריו. Whatever you want, Borei Olam will give you. You don't want to miss these days. I want to be the first one. Usually I finish the whole Tehillim. Instead of going running, Mishloach Manot here, Mishloach Manot is beautiful. But I care for the poor people and for the Tehillim. Poor people is more important for having negotiation, business deals. It's like a wedding today. Mishloach Manot is like a wedding. I'm giving you and you're giving me. It's like business investment. I don't really care if you like me or not. I'm giving you, hoping that when you go into weddings, nobody invites you for weddings because you like you. They invite you because when you invite them, they put an envelope 250 or 300. Now they come to cash it out. You have to come to cash out. You know, what's important is Mishloach Matanot Levinim and nets. Anything you want. Second time is, we're doing it in Rosh Hashanah twice. You start the year. You want to start the year, even though that in Rosh Hashanah you cannot stay the whole days. It's very difficult to stay from nets the whole days. I'm still twice every year I'm praying. Tisha B'Av also we're doing nets. Be surprised. And they have and the other 2 days obvious everybody's doing nets. Is Shvi Pesach, Shavuot, no, Yom Kippur don't do nets. Hoshana Rabbah, Shavuot. That one everybody's staying nets because anyway you stay in the whole night. So this is one. The solar eclipse is by none of us. But the Chafetz Chaim is saying something deeper. With your permission, listen to this. The Chafetz Chaim said like this. Do you know why it's a mitzvah to see it? Because the first Jewish nation, the first Jewish person was who? Jewish person. What's the name? Abraham. Abraham. How did Abraham Avinu introduce himself to God? The Gemara said that he went outside and he was looking. And then he saw the sun. So wow, what a beautiful sun. Wow, what a light. A big sun, shining. He started to scream, Allahu Akbar. He started to pray to the sun. He said, sun is God. And then at night, he said, where's the sun? How come God left? What God forgot us? And then he said the moon. He said, what a beautiful, shining moon. He said, if the moon had the ability to push away the sun, the moon is God. He started to do Allahu Akbar to the moon. Borei Olam, you are the God. And then in the morning, again, the moon is disappeared. He said, I don't understand. Moses, they confused these 2 gods. Cannot be 2 gods, 1 God. And from that he realized it's not the sun, not the moon. You know who's God? Borei Olam. Melech Malchei Melachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When a person sees the solar eclipse, he reminds himself, it's not me, it's Hashem. And it's no better times that Borei Olam is giving us these 2 signs. What's your name again? Effie. Do you know why these times? Because every holidays have different numbers, lucky numbers. Yeah, right now I'm looking in the lottery, and how do you call it, in the mega, and all these games, 1 billion, 900, 600 million, I mean prices. and you want to know what's the lucky number of this year, this month. Last month I will tell you 14. Yudalit. Yudalit is a lucky number. Purim. This month I'm going to tell you the lucky number 4. Why 4? Why 4? We are Moroccan. 5 is better. 5 is Khamsa. Ainara, Negara, Pekara. Vaknin is my name. What is your name? Victor. שכבר עליך ויתור מרוקאי?
חצי.
איך? איזה החצי הטוב. ויקטור, אני אוהב אותך מאוד. אתה רואה, ויקטור אומר, number 5. 2.5, because he's half Moroccan. So 2.5. Why 4? If you're going to ask Michael, he's going to tell you 8. 8. Which number you like? 8 is above nation. 7. Oh, Baruch Hashem.
9.
Rabbi Daniel 770. Baruch Hashem. Lucky number 1. I don't know Daniel. What do you say? 9. I don't know. Yes, but 9 is dangerous. 9 is a met. Whoa, if you like, you are very honest. Fit your personality. People do not like 9 because 9 is judgment. Hashem is. And very few people can pass the judgment. But you are honest man. Honest people like the number 9. The first time I heard somebody like this number. Because you are honest man. Honest person. Not bad. Baruch Hashem. Gentlemen, ladies, this lucky number this month is number 4. Not 9, not 8. But why? Why number 4? Why number 4? If you see during the Agadah Shel Pesach, 4 cups, 4 questions, מה נשתנה? 4 questions. We have the rabbis, 4 rabbis. We have the 4 לשונות של גאולה. והוצאתי וגאלתי והצלתי והבאתי. We have, what else? 4 sons. אחד חכם, אחד רשע, אחד שאינו יודע לשאול ואחד תם. Beautiful, right? So we have everything 4. 4 and 4. Why 4? I told you, I just prove it to you that the lucky is number. What a beautiful messages, you know. I'm just talking, everything that I tell you right now is natural. Nothing was prepared. I prepared something that's completely. Baruch Hashem. Let Borei Olam speak. Why 4? Why 4? And the answer is, to answer these questions, I will ask you another question. A Jew always answers questions with questions. You ask a Jew, what time is it? How did he answer you? You don't have a watch. I ask you what time. Why you answer me? You don't have a watch. They ask a Jew, one time they ask a Jew, why you always asking questions? You know what the Jew said? Lama no. Why not? Right? We always. So I'm going to ask you another question. How can it be? What's your name? Jonathan. Which person, the most important person in the whole world, that doesn't mention even once in the Agadah Shel Pesach? Did your name is Jonathan? Beautiful. Thank you. Which one? Oh, Moshe Rabbeinu. ראית, אסף בחיים, הבן שלי. I pay good tuition. The yeshiva that is going is good tuition. The tuition is high, but at least something good is coming. Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem. Dr. Daniel, the only name that doesn't mention Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is the Redeemer. Moshe Rabbeinu is the one that brought the 10 plagues. Moshe Rabbeinu is the one that took and sacrificed his life to come to save the Jews. Moshe Rabbeinu נותן לתורה. זכרו תורת משה עבדי. How can it be that he's not mentioned? What is that? What exactly? I saw few explanations. One explanation is beautiful, simple and beautiful. Who is the first one that said the Agadah to his own son? Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu was the first one to share the story of Egypt. Because he was the first one, and he spoke to his own son. Because the biggest mitzvah in Pesach is education of children. The biggest mitzvah. What the whole year we forget. What the whole year we sacrifice either our life to the community or either our life for money. And money and more money. And in order to put your conscience away, you buy your son Nike, Schmikey, you give him these shoes and the other shoes, and you give them iPhone 14, after iPhone 15, whatever you want, just not to feel bad. But time-wise, you don't spend with them. Do you think that money can cover the times? Come, Leila Seder, the night of organization, the night of order. Set your priority right. Set your priority right. Every night, put 20 minutes to half an hour with your children. Be happy to be with your children. I say it many times in my lectures. When they want us, we have no time for them. When we want them, they have no time for us. When they are small and they scream, Abba, Abba, I don't have time. You barely see them the whole week because you leave in the morning and you come back at night when they're sleeping. And in Shabbat, when you come in, you're already half dead. You sit in down in Kiddush, you do making a favor 10 minutes, and you're going into the sofa bed. You know the sofa recliner? You put your leg, Rahmat Kona is going to Olam Haba. He's going to come in 15 hours. Tchiyat HaMetim, B'chaya HaMetim Ata. Baruch Ata Hashem, B'chaya HaMetim. And then when you become old and you're retired, and you said, where's my children? I want to spend. I said with tears in my eyes. Then what's going to happen? Do you think that your children is going to have time for you? Any of you here that have still young children, listen to this speech. This is not a speech. This is a lifetime, life-changing message. Spend time with your children as long as you can. Go back and do teshuvah. Pesach is teaching you the greatest mitzvah. V'yigadeta levincha. One of my friends, he's a rabbi as well. Every time he invites me a few times to his house, Shabbat. And usually when you bring guests, where do you put the guest? Next to you. And your children, as far as you can. He told me, Rabbi Vaknin, I'm sorry, Mechila. Nobody sat next to me. My children next to me. I'm sorry that you're going to have 2 chairs away. I said, I'm sorry, but I have to say I'm privileged that you teach me such a beautiful message. And Pesach is a mitzvah to put your children next to you. But it's not only Pesach. Because Pesach is the head of the year. You have to follow the whole year with this method. The method is family first. Not community first. And not synagogue first. Not enforced. Family first. The lost time that you lost with your children, it will never be paid. And then we cry on the education of our children and the Yirat Shamayim of our children. But Rabbi, I gave my life to the community. I'm sorry that you ask a rabbi if you're allowed to do it. I'm sorry. If you have any opinion, that Torah? No. Because you think that you're smarter from all the systems. You become Moshe Rabbeinu already. You don't need to ask nobody. Ladies, gentlemen, family first. When they want us, we're always going to find time for them. You have to find times. Leila Seder. The first person that deliver a message and Leila Seder is Moshe Rabbeinu to his own children. So how can you mention his name? Moshe did like this, Moshe, you Moshe, what Moshe? So this is one reason. But it's much deeper reason because it's much deeper reason. When you come into a community, you have to be very careful not to shadow the rabbi and the place. I told you last time, and I'm going to repeat it. The person that deserves credit is Rabbi Daniel Zvulunov, because I'm coming here once in 2 weeks, once in 3 weeks, and I'm continuing with my life. I don't know how many of you will change the life. I don't know how many of you will really make huge impact in your life. I don't know. But the one that changed community is not speakers. I don't care how good the speakers. The speaker come, they make the show, they continue with the life. The one that built community is the rabbi that come every day, every morning. את הכבש האחד תעשה בבוקר, ואת הכבש השני תעשה בלילה. Changing and building community happen, and a person that comes to be a guest cannot overshadow the person that is in place. Very careful, very careful. Many people in my community have tradition, and I wanted to start like this, to call Friday on Friday, Shabbat, to call the rabbis, Rabbi Daniel, we just call in to wish you Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much for the beautiful job that you do. It's going to be so nice to have appreciation to young rabbis that work in day in and day out to make this community flourishing. You know many people? I start with this trend. I start. Most likely many great people before me did it. But I took the habit years ago, 20 years ago, to make phone calls and to call, to be nutnik. Every Friday I'm calling. Sometimes 300 people, sometimes 500 people. They get in every Fridays, a minute that you're going into my phone, You never come out. It's the only problem. You never come out. It's like a jet. I will call you. Some people from Orlando. I was a rabbi in Orlando 23 years ago. I'm still David, I'm just calling you. Shabbat Shalom. He said, Rabbi, you're not a rabbi in this community for 19 years. I said, I'm still calling. Just to wish you Shabbat Shalom. Now we became vice versa. People call us to wish you Shabbat Shalom. Moshe Rabbeinu did not want to put God in the shadow. The night of the Seder is the night of God. אני ולא מלאך, אני ולא שרף, אני הוא ולא אחר. I'm the one that doing. The only times in history that Borei Olam said, I'm not sending an angel. I'm the one that running the show. I'm the only one. Moshe Rabbeinu said, do not mention my names. Chad v'shalom. Mixed messages. Because of that, the number 4 is so popular. Because 4 is Yud Kei Vav Kei. 4 is the name of God that being mentioned. Every second and every minute. 4, 4, 4, and 4. To remind you, אני ולא מלאך, אני ולא שרף, אני הוא ולא אחר. Earth will come to remind you. Even the land is shaking. I am the one that running the world. The solar eclipse come to remind you. אני ולא מלאך. I'm giving you signs. I'm giving you 2 signs, 4-8. Do not miss the message. And the message is, you're going into the business. It's not my business. I'm working for the Almighty God. Borei Olam. He is the one that's running the show. You come back home. It's not your wife that upset on you. The Orach Chaim HaKadosh writes. Orach Chaim HaKadosh writes. כי לא טוב להיות האדם לבדו, אעשה לו עזר כנגדו. לא טוב, it's not good to be alone. You need to have a wife. מה לא טוב? מה לא טוב? Some people they're still single and their life is amazing. What do you mean not good? What's not good? What exactly the difference between before you got married or after you got married? Anyone that will answer these questions will get free dinner. 2 days ago I celebrate 23 years of being married with my wife. So if nobody answers, I will invite my wife to the restaurant. If nobody sponsored by any restaurant you want, Resolve Cut. Asaf is not Resolve Cut. Resolve Cut. Anyone that know the answer, sponsored by Asaf and his families. Be'ezrat Hashem. Now, for 2 people, a husband and wife. But I have to know the answer. Yes, Dr. Daniel, might be, you know the answer. What exactly, I know that Vicky is the greatest gift in your life. I have no doubts. Vicky is your light. I see you in the morning coming to Minyan, smiling. I said, Dr. Daniel, yesterday business went well. I said, Rabbi, it's not the business, it's never the business. Every day I'm leaving the house and I see the smile of my wife and the way that she greets me and the blessing that, I'm so lucky. Hashem Melech, Hashem Melech. I know, but what's the privileged spirituality? That your wife, Michael, what's this privileged personality that your wife is giving you? Why is לא טוב להיות האדם לבדו? I will tell you something from the Chida HaKadosh, the Orach Chaim HaKadosh and the Ben Ish Chai. You will never forget this message. Scary message, but beautiful. If you are a good husband, it's the best message that you want. If you are balagan, the message is balagan. The message is balagan. The message is balagan. The message is balagan. Asaf, what's the message? Anyone know the answer? Michael, look, and boys, give us the share with us the wisdom. Only in Queens they have such a Torah. You have to come to Queens to hear such a Torah. Ladies and gentlemen, again, nothing that I speak, nothing to do. I changed the whole topic, Baruch Hashem, we came good. My older brother, the Tzaddik, said, when you speak from the heart, it's the best speech. Because deliver direct from Rabbi Asher Vaknin. When you come prepare, it's balagan. Prepare meaning I'm the one that doing it. I'm writing, is my mind, is my... Ani velo malach. You know what's the beauty of that? Why God choose Moshe Rabbeinu? We're going to go back to the question, don't worry. Resolve card is still online, don't worry. I'm not going to let until Asaf is opening the wallet, let them pay, kapara. We're going to make sure we're going to take the money from them, don't worry. Please guys, you have to help me, please. Now, why God choose Moshe Rabbeinu? So yesterday I said, the difference between chametz and matzah. is the difference between a humility human being to arrogance. Because chametz and matzah being done with the same quality. Bread, flowers and water. What's the difference? This one you leave them overnight, and this one 18 minutes. Meaning, this one it was no air. No air. You didn't give enough time for the air to go in. More air, more balloon. It's no different. The same amount of flowers and water. That one of them is beautiful, the other one looks like a poor man. Why? It's only air. The fact that you think that you're better for me is only air. None of us is better from nobody. The fact that I have kippah and they call me rabbis and I have a beard, a white beard, doesn't make me better from you guys. Who said maybe in the eyes of God, each one of you is more tzaddik, and I wish that my part of the Gan Eden is going to be with you. How do you know? Why are we so rational to judge? Gentlemen, ladies, listen to this. Humility. Humility is the greatest character that we can have. You know where we see it? Humility. No air. It was once. Israeli. He was very upset. Easy to get angry. You know these people, everybody know. This man that is always Ptil Katzar. No, this guy had no Ptil. Ptil Katzar is still Ptil. The guy he wake up in the morning upset. All day long he's upset. He's like a walking ticking bomb. He went into the psychology. He said, you know, professor, you have to help me. I have anger management. I don't know how to do it. The doctor said, what's the problem? I will tell you what the Gemara said. The professor will tell him the Gemara. Go to the beach of Tel Aviv. Go to the beach. The Gemara said, when a person watches water, water makes you relax. So look at the water. He said, well, what a beautiful lady. He went 3 hours sitting down, looking at the waters, the sea, beautiful sea, smiling. After 3 hours, somebody screamed, Moshe, they steal your car. Was they stealing my car? He jumped in, he ran. When he ran, he jumped into the road. A car came, surprisingly, boom, hit him. He broke with 2 legs. On the way to the hospital, he's driving. They came ambulance to take him to the hospital. And he said, wow, I really need to work in my anger management. First of all, my name is not Moshe. And second, I have no car. His name is not Moshe, he doesn't have a car. Why you want me? He's always upset. The guy's always upset. I have to get involved with anything. Arrogant. In life, what we need to know is humility. Another story I'm going to share with you. Nice one. I know you're going to remember. Listen to this one. What's the difference between Israeli driver or American driver? The one that drives in truck. How do you know when you see a truck, semi-trailer, who is Israeli, who is American? You will never figure. I will tell you one. No. Today everybody have automatically. You know, when they're coming into a bridge, American person, when they come into a bridge, he stops the truck. He opens the books, and he says, what's the height of the truck? And then he see, what's the height of the bridge? And then he make, perhaps I'm going to go, not going to go. Israeli, he push the gas, and he screams, my Israel. If he pass, meaning the bridge is higher. If not, the bridge is down. So this driver is driving. He sees the bridge, he screams, my Israel, Borei Olam, I love you. He pushed the gas. When he pushed the gas, he had open roof automatically, nature open roof. The windows open. He opened the roof, but he got stuck. Now, he's trying to go back, he cannot. He's trying to go. He called tow truck. They came in, they cannot take him out. He called the rabbi, he said, for the rabbi, you study Gemara, you know all the answer. How exactly we can leave? The rabbi said, you're already inside. He said, yes. Take the air from the tires. Psst. When you're bumping in the bridge of life, you know what you have to take? Take the air. Psst. You will never have any issues with shalom bayit. You will never have any issues in business. You will never have any issues in the community members. Because it's all arrogant. Who are you to talk to me like this? And who are you? That I'm not going to talk to you like this. Why are you thinking that you're someone that you get offended? Getting offended meaning I'm an arrogant human being and I'm thinking that I'm 10 times better from you and you will never talk to me like this. I'm paying you salary, you paying the salary or Borei Olam is paying the salary? Again, in time of anger, you realize that we don't really release everything to Hashem. I will fire you, Are you going to fire him again? It's all about you, huh? So the business is you. Don't tell me, no, I believe in God. The business is not God. So Rabotai, why did God choose Moshe Rabbeinu? Because they said the first human being that God created is Adam. Aleph, Dalet, Mem. Aleph is Abraham. Dalet is David. Mem, Moshe. Why Moshe is the chosen one? From these three. And what's the common denominator among these three? What these three have something to do in common? What? Anavim. Abraham Avinu said, Anochi afar v'efer. Borei olam, I'm like the dust. All of us said in the tefillah, Anochi afar v'efer. V'nafshi ke'afar lakol tiyeh. Every tefillah you said, nobody mean it. How do I know that nobody mean it? If somebody will step on you, why? If somebody will cut you on the drive-in, you're going to bless his father and his grandfather and his grandfather, Rahmat Kuna. Until Abraham Avinu, I don't know, 5 minutes blessing. Why are you getting so upset? If the waiter is going to come and you're going to throw water by mistake, why? You're going to make a scene. A minute before you said, I'm like the dust. A minute before you said the tefillah, v'nafshi ke'afar lakul. To anyone, you can step on me, you can spit on me. The guy cut you off. He didn't step on you. He didn't spit on you. Just cut you off, and you already lost it completely. We don't really mean what we said. I just prove it to you. Humility. Abraham Avinu said, I'm like the dust. David HaMelech said, I'm like the wounds. ואנוכי תולעת ולא איש חרפת אדם בזוים. But Moshe Rabbeinu is greater. You know why Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe Rabbeinu said, ואנחנו מה? We are nothing. To be dust is still something. To be wounds is still something. I'm nobody. Everybody in the world is better for me. Do you know what the level is that? Matzah. Came Moshe Rabbeinu and he said, the night of the Seder is the night of God. I will not steal the shadow from my God. How many times people come to your house and one of the 10 commandments in marriage, we didn't finish it. Next time is not ignore. Not ignore doesn't mean that your wife will steal from your money. We're not talking about such a cheap wife. A husband never will steal something from his wife, right? So what's not ignore? Not ignore meaning, do not steal credit. Somebody came into the house and they give compliment to your wife. The food, state of the art. But you can give classes on how to cook. And right away, your ego got offended. Why they didn't give me? But who paid for the food? Who made the shopping? What do we care who made the shopping? They're giving compliment to your wife. Why you have to stick yourself? Why every time you have to stick yourself? Do not steal credit. Do not steal credit. You know how difficult is that? Every second you steal credit. Why do you steal the credit? What's the problem that they're going to give credit to your wife and not to you? Only to your wife. Only to you and not to your wife. What's the problem? Moshe Rabbeinu said, I'm not stealing credit. The night of the Seder is the night of God. I do not want my name to be mentioned. It's only God. One night and only night. Hashem. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Melech, Le'olam va'ed, Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach. בורא עולם, אין לנו מלך אלא אתה, אין לנו מלך, בורא עולם, אבא, אין לך אבא. אבא, אתה לבד, רק אתה, אנחנו כלום. נפשי כאפר, אני הדס של האמא של הדס, עזוב אותך. ואנחנו מה? משה רבנו אמר, אנחנו מה? what we gonna do? No, I'm the one, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to be my decision, and nobody can do here anything that without asking my permission. Synagogue is in the house of God. By the way, if you're already dealing with synagogues, synagogue is the only place that can say to me, the house of God. And the only one that makes decision in this house is Hashem. And do you know what Hashem wants? Here's the rabbi. He's the posek. He's the one that said the halakha. That's it. They have Shulchan Aruch and they have the word of God. Not personal. I think that if we're going to do this, what's the meaning if we're going to do? They have that Torah. You come, you ask, If your opinion do not go against the will of God, why not? Beautiful. But if yes, it's a problem. It's a problem to do it. If this is so, I will end with the questions. The question that we just asked. What's the question? Let's see if you remember the questions.
Why you need the wife?
Why do we need a beautiful? What's your name again? Joe. Yosef. Yosef Tzaddik. Yosef Hashem Alachem Kachem Elef Amim. The question, Yosef said, why do we need a wife? I asked it in a different way, but Yosef is a straight shooter. Why do we need a wife?
Why do we need?
Why do we need? What's the benefits of having a wife?
Is it gonna go?
In which sense? In which sense? That you're going to be better in business? In which sense? You're right, by the way.
She's gonna be.
She's
She's gonna be a mirror.
Vaknin, he said like this. Our Chacham said, Rabbi, you come too late. I'm already married 20 years. Why are you coming now? Why didn't you come 20 years? באמת מחילה. מחלתי, שלחתי. היום ראש חודש סימן, ניסן, לא אומרים את החלום. הבנת מודד יוך את החלום. חטאתי, אביתי, פגעתי.
אישה אקדמאית.
אקדמאי. She get a lot of credit then. Baruch Hashem. Dr. Daniel, what's the answer? The worst mistakes that a person can do, the Ben Ish Chai writes. You can drive, imagine yourself buying a ticket in a train, and you're sitting down, smiling. Well, 20 years, right? 20 years. And after 20 years, you realize, it was a wrong direction. Wrong directions. Do you know what I mean? Imagine yourself, you drive in a bus 120 years, and you wake up in the morning and say, wow, I blew it. All my life, the direction that I chose was wrong. How do you know what Hashem wants from you? ואיך ידע האדם מה השם רוצה ממנו? The Chida HaKadosh writes, how does the human being know what Hashem wants? And listen to the conclusion of the Chida, Rabbi Chaim David Azulai, Kodesh Kodashim, V'Or Chaim HaKadosh, Rabbi Chaim Vital, Kodesh Kodashim, two of the greatest rabbis in the history of Sephardim, giants. You know how? You got married. And if you come home, your name? Michael. If you come home, and your wife looked at you and said, my Jonah Bazam, Malach Michael, En Alecha, the greatest decision that I made is getting, you know what exactly happened? Borei Olam is telling you, Michael, you're amazing. I'm happy in what you do. You're in the right direction. What your wife is telling you is not your wife. Eseno Ezer Kenegdo. Which Ezer? What I need you, I need my wife for business. I need one for what? The only reason a person needs a spouse, man or wife, is to know if the direction that you go, if your wife is happy with you, Borei Olam is happy with you. If your wife tells you, what are mistakes I did? I was drunk. I made a decision. 20 years, what are mistakes? Borei Olam is telling you, why 20 years of mistakes? You have to buy new ticket, change the lane, go backward, U-turn, recalculate it. Ay. Vaknin, what are we going to do, Vaknin? What's your last name? Baranes. ברוך השם, ברנס. זה החודש שלך. This month is your month. אין, אמרתי החודש שלך, אתה רואה מה זה? נבואה ניתנה ברוך השם, בהשגחה פרטית. אמרתי חודש שלך. This month he came into the world, and his name is Create Miracle. This month is a month of miracle, month Nisan. Baruch Hashem. Ay, Baranes, what we're going to do? The Almighty God gave us a wife, and the wife is telling us, through the wife, I know, you know what I'm thinking about you. You're not going to spend 120 years going the wrong directions. Every day you can check. You have barometer, to check what's the heat, or checking if you lose weight, or you gain weight. You don't check once in a blue moon. You have diabetes, you check every hours. If not, the phone is jumping. Beep, 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 checking. Borei Olam give you on a daily basis a checking. Where do you go? How do you know that you're going in the right directions? What your wife is thinking about you. I will end with giving a bonus to the guys.
So no result.
And this is a bonus. Because I don't want you to leave only with the feeling. I want you to leave with a good feeling. Mrs. Vicky, listen to this one. It was this woman that came to the husband. She was so upset with him. She said, my dear husband, how come you listen to this woman and you not listen to me? The husband said, which woman? Which woman am I listening? She said, yes, I saw you many times. Always to this woman, you always listen and you do exactly what you want. And me, you don't. That's my, which woman? I know only you. I'm as faithful that faithful can be. Which woman are you talking? The woman from the ways. Every time she tell you, making right, you make right. Making left, making left. Drive over there, drive over there. Why you listen to this woman? Me, I tell you, in pulpit, you fight and you argue. So the husband said, very simple. If you're going to do 3 things that this woman is doing, I will always going to listen to you. She said, okay, what's the 3 things? The first thing is, they call it anticipation. Meaning, my wife sent it to me, and I love it. I'm going to try to find it, because I call it the triple A. Let's see if I can find it. 1 second. The first thing is anticipation. Anticipation meaning, beautiful. The second thing is acceptance. And the last thing is appreciation, and I will explain. The first thing is anticipation. What is anticipation? When she's telling you to make right, she's telling you 1,000 feet, you make right. 500 feet, you make right. 100 feet, you make right. She doesn't ask you to make right in this moment. If you're going to tell me, in 3 hours, you have to take the garbage out. In 2 hours, it's going to be very easy for me to get the message. I have to observe. Men cannot do something. No. Right now, you have to do it. Everything have to be right now. Study from this woman. Beautiful, huh? The second thing is, when I'm doing mistakes and I don't know what you want, she never gets upset. What she do? Recalculate. Even if she told me to go left and I'm going right. With you, every mistake is kindness. Why? Maze, tza'akot, balagan, the whole house. Why? Study from this woman. And last but not least, when I'm already doing what she wants, she's always happy. You got into the destination. Ding, ding, you got in it. With you, even after I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm taking the gun 12 o'clock at night. Why you took this bag and you didn't took the other bags? And you forgot the recycle and you forgot this. It's never enough. If you're going to do these 3 things, I will always going to listen to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the message of tonight is, Ani velo malach, Ani velo saraf, Ani hu velo acher. The first message was the 2 signs, 4/8. 4/8 is the earthquake, 4/8 is the day that happened, the solar eclipse, and 4/8 is the pasuk in Sefer Shmot that Borei Olam said, I'm going to send you the 2 signs before Mashiach. Let go and redeem the Jews. And the 2 signs is to remind us, A, that Borei Olam feel the pain of the kidnaps, of these children that they are kidnapped over 6 months. And he feel the pain for all the one that was murdered. To our generation, especially October 7 and on. Borei Olam put 2 tears, and because of that, the world is shaking. Second thing is, you have to remember the solar eclipse. The Lavana is us, and the Lavana overcome the sun. The sun is the shining, the Goyim, the Rome, the Greek, America, how do you call it? Paras, Kuwait, Arab, Saudi Arabia, Houthim, what's his name? Hezbollah, all of them is the sun. But we come, we put shade. Remember what the Chafetz Chaim writes, that seeing the sun and the moon is to remember. To get to conclusion that Avraham Avinu got. And what's the conclusion? The conclusion that Hashem is running the world. And this is the reason Moshe Rabbeinu is not mentioning on the Haggadah. And the luckiest number of this month is number 4. Why? Ani velo malach, ani velo saraf, ani velo acher, Yud Ke Vav Ke. 4, and 4. Why 4? 4 times 4, because to remind you, Borei Olam is running the show. The last but not least, how do you know what Hashem wants from you? See the mood of your wife. If the mood is good, you're in the right direction. My name is Rabbi Asher Vaknin, and I'm privileged to be here. And I put this message. Thank you.